Hello, viewers at home. It's good to have you on this program, Women's World. Today, we're looking at something very, very important. We're looking at women's sense of self-worth. And I have a wonderful guest today in the studio that will be telling us more about this. She wants to let us to know who a woman is, how should we carry ourselves, how should we portray ourselves. She has a lot to tell us about this a woman's sense of self-worth. I have Mrs. Kemi Karimo in the studio today. You're welcome to the program,
Thank
ma'am.
you for having me. Good afternoon.
Okay, ma'am.
Good afternoon, viewers too.
Thank you very much for coming, ma'am. So now we are looking at woman's sense of self-worth.
Okay.
Before then, who is a woman?
Wonderful. A woman is an adult woman, adult female woman that prior to adulthood, she first of all referred to as a girl. Then after the adolescent, she now becomes a woman. But before we can go about who is a woman, who is not a woman, we need to look at the acronym for the word woman.
Okay.
The acronym W stands for wonderful. While the O stands for outstanding, the M stands for marvelous, the A stands for adorable, and the N stands for nice. That's just the acronym for women. And once you know that is who you are wonderful, adorable, you are outstanding, then that's what will keep you going as a woman, because that is your value as a woman.
That is my value. Yeah. Okay. Now, woman's self-worth. How should we cultivate this self-worth?
Self-worth. Before you can say, I'm worthy of this, you need to first of all discover yourself. And in the process of discovering, you need to know that what makes you special as a woman. Why am I special as a woman? We are fearfully and wonderfully created. Yeah. We have finished work, even from the Garden of Eden. That it was told that God caused Adam to sleep and made us out from Adam. Henceforth, so as a woman, I am a multiplier. I am a embodiment of grace and love and self-respect. And how do I cultivate self-worth? I need to discover myself that I am a woman. I am wonderful. I am outstanding. I am adorable. I am nice. I am marvelous. Hence, I now say, what is self-worth? Self-worth is just all about the importance you place on yourself. Who are you? Who I am. If I know I am a diamond, definitely I can't be operating in the office of a wood, because I know I am a diamond. I got to shine. I got to sparkle word. I got to do this. I got to do that. That is who I am. The moment I know I am a diamond, then I'll start operating in that office of diamond. So that is my self-worth. And the ability of the self-love I have for myself. I respect myself. I pat myself at the back. Even at the point of making mistake, I will say, oh, you are doing well. It doesn't matter. I learned from my mistake. Then that is how I cultivate it. I take time to celebrate myself. I take time to, to give myself the self-love. Evaluate myself.
Even when nobody is telling you that.
Even when you wake up in the morning as a woman, you go to the mirror and I say, oh, I'm wonderfully and fearfully created. I am beautiful. Wow. I am a work in progress. That is self-love, because you appreciate yourself. Even when you make mistake, you believe it's one of those things and you keep on appreciating yourself. That is because you don't have to wait for someone
to do that
for you. Someone is nobody is going to validate you.
Yes, nobody will even do that.
You are the one to take the driver's seat. Self-worth is just all about taking the driver's seat of your life and drive. And when you meet obstacle in the front, you know how to dodge it. And say, oh, this is an obstacle, it's not for me. Then you try and you go ahead, because you are work in progress. You have a destiny to fulfill. So you shouldn't wait for someone who is not in the area of your life to start determining what is going to happen to you or who you are. No, you are created to be a unique individual. And at times, people tend to measure self-worth by level of achievements, by the amount of clothes you put on. No, that is not self-worth. Self-worth is you. It's all about you. It's within you. It's not outside. Because people outside, there are external factors. But self-worth is all about you. It's not about the level of people, the amount of people you have in your corner, that you say, oh, it's because of this, or the fleet of cars in your compound. That is not self-worth. That is the word self-worth. That is how people measure self-worth. And that is why you see some people, because they don't really have money, or they don't have this qualification, they tend to look down on themselves, that I can't make it. Because, and you know, at times when you see waiters, they look down on waiters. But when you see a doctor, they embrace doctor. That is not self-worth. Self-worth is, even if I am a driver, I am
to carry myself.
Yes, I love myself and I enjoy what I'm doing. That is who I am. And that is how people will now tend to relate with you. Because
that is how people will relate with
you.
me.
Because you first of all respect yourself. When you respect yourself, what you are telling an individual, another person is, this is who I am. I am a diamond. So when you want to carry me, you carry me with extra care. Because I am a diamond. You can't, I'm not a rag that you can just use and dump. This is who I am. So once you know that within you, then people will start appreciating you for who you are. Because what you have just done is you have told them, this is how you relate with me, and this is how I am. Who I am, this is how I want you to take me. And you see that life goes on.
Okay, now let's look at some women that feel less of themselves. They don't have the self-worth. They don't know how to carry themselves. They just feel, oh, I'm a nobody. How do we help such women?
First of all, you need to move closer to them. Like we said earlier, that what makes a woman special, you know, we are role models. And that is why when you give a woman empowerment, you are not only empowering that woman, you are empowering the whole nature. Because when a woman learns a trade, she will go about into her neighborhood to start teaching someone else. And that's why you see them, they come together, they do things together. So if you notice that a woman lacks self-worth, what do? You encourage. You listen very well. When she's talking, you don't compare. Even when she wants to compare herself with somebody else, you say, no, you are unique. It's just because you have not discovered yourself. You have some talent inherited in you. What are those things that you do that makes you happy? Then you assist the person to magnify her positivity. That's those things she does, she likes doing. If she likes walking, then you tell her, you are good. It's just because you don't really know how to, gather it together. That's why you feel, that is because you feel less important, because the way you see yourself. First of all, you tell her, please, you need to love yourself.
But we have issues with our culture and the main ego that, oh, a woman's place is in the kitchen. How do we carry ourselves in that kind of environment when society has already made us to feel we are a second-class citizen?
It's the society. That is external validation. That's what I'm saying. It is not you. If we're to be society, people like you and I will not be doing this work. Our place is in the kitchen. But we have broken that barrier. That we are not.
That barrier has been broken.
Yes, it has been broken. That we are not in the kitchen. That we are the helper, the man is the head, we are the neck. And without neck, head cannot stand. So that is who we are. That, no, yes, I'm to be in the kitchen. Because I'm to be in the kitchen does not mean I can't do something else. That's why we have online business. You can still be in your house and make money. And the man will respect you because you make money. I tell us, no one wants to marry an infidel. No one wants to marry a liability. Once a man realizes that you are not a liability, she will not put you in the kitchen. She will tend to respect you because you are also contributing to the home running. So, but a lot of women, they tend to look down on themselves. It's because the way we are being brought up, our mothers, because we see them, that, oh, you don't have to do this, because the society
that brought me to the question of we raising our male child and our female child. Sometimes we tend to make the male child to feel, you can't do this. This is for a female. This is like washing up the plates, doing some house chores. We tend to leave that for the female, and it will make the male child to feel very, very important. And I think that grows up in the man's mentality, and it end up being, oh, I can't support my wife. I can't do some certain things. Don't you think we women, in a way, we are messing it up?
Who wrote that law?
That's what most women do.
That's what we know that is happening. But who wrote the law? That's what I'm saying. As a guy, as a girl, as a boy, they are the same. We are the same. We are equal. No one is better than one another. It's the way we see things. That's why we mothers now, that we need to let our male child know that you have a responsibility too. If I'm blessed with males, will I be the one to wash plates for them? No. But it's because of the society. We tend to believe that men cannot do certain work. These men, when they travel abroad, they do it. So if they can do it outside the country, why can't they do it at home? Whatever you do in the house to help your wife is yourself. Your wife is who you are. Because people at times tend to, rate you when they look at your wife. Your wife, when they look at me, tend to rate my husband. Oh, this is who she is, because this is the husband. So at home, we must always tell our male children to assist in the house. We must not say it's only women that can cook. Everyone can cook. As long as you can eat, then you can cook.
Okay, now let's look at the difference between self-worth and self-esteem. Is there any difference between self-worth and self-esteem?
Yes.
Okay.
Self-worth, like I said earlier, self-worth is all about the importance you place on yourself. Okay. And that is self-love, self-respect, self-confidence. But the self-esteem is telling you is inside out. It's from inside to the outside. It can be affected by external factor. But the self-worth cannot be. It is who you are. It is how much you love yourself. That is self-worth. But the self-esteem is not dependent on waiting for someone to validate you for yourself.
Okay.
That is self-esteem. Waiting for someone to validate you, to make you feel important, to make you tell you are good, when you know you are good. Self-esteem is accepting the way you are. That no, this is the way I am. You accept your strength, you accept your weakness. You now work on your threats and your opportunities. Okay. Once you know this is your weakness, you are a work in the progress. You accept it. This is my weakness, and you tend to improve it. But the self-worth is that one that will carry you along. We take you into that path that you love yourself, you respect yourself. So the self-esteem now, when people tell you are not looking beautiful, you tell them, oh, I like the way I am. When people tell you are too fat, you tell them there is nothing wrong with my stature. I am good the way I am. When they tell you, oh, why don't you put on makeup? I think I like the way I am. Thank you.
Are we not going into pride? It's not like a link to pride.
No, self-confidence. That is healthy self-confidence is not about pride. It's looking at yourself and believing in yourself. That is self-esteem. But pride now is when you overprice yourself.
Okay.
It's when you now overprice yourself that you are better than someone else. It's I now compare myself that I'm better than you. Then that is pride. Because I am not better. I am an individual. I'm in my own lane. Unique in my own ability. What I can do, you cannot do it. But when I believe that, oh, who are you? You don't have what it takes to be a presenter. That means I know better than you are. That is pride.
Okay.
That is I'm putting you down. I'm exalting myself or my qualification. That is because of this qualification I'm better. But we are forgetting that we are unique. We can't all be professor. We can't all be president. In the presidency, we have people that are clerk. We have people that are watchman. Yes. We have people that are drivers.
But without those people, the presidency cannot stand. Or the president cannot stand.
Without the president cannot stand. He needs a barber. He needs a cook. He needs a lot of, even people that will lay his bed, he needs them. So they work hand in hand. It's a whole process. And each person is now a unit. But you cannot now assume you can do all. No. You need people. So that's why you don't have to, look down on people.
Okay.
You don't. Pride is lack of insecurity.
Okay, lack of insecurity.
Lack of security. That is insecure.
Okay, yeah.
When you see people that are proud, they're just
scared of not falling.
inferiority complex, and that's why they put that figure on
So-
to boast to people that I am this, I am that.
Okay.
You don't have to. You don't have to. But when they come near you, they will see. It's like, a sweet fragrance. You need to assume it. Anywhere you go, people will know you smell nice. But it's like when you are proud, you are telling them you now put on a perf. But underneath the perf, you smell. After the perf has faded away,
The
this-
odor comes out.
Yes, the odor comes. That's what I can say about being proud.
Okay, now let's look at how can a woman loses self-worth. At what stage, that from that self-worth will it now start getting to the stage of me losing it? I'm supposed to rate myself, I'm supposed to carry myself, but don't you think there will be a stage I will start losing that self-worth?
It's a lifelong process. You don't lose it once you have it.
Okay.
Because ability to know you are a woman and you are liable to make mistakes.
Well, all I'm trying to say is that when will it start degenerating into pride?
Pride. When
Yes.
you now start overrating yourself,
Okay.
you believe you are a better version of another one.
But is that not what self-worth is? Is that not what self-esteem is all
No,
about?
that is not self-worth. Self-worth is all about you. The level of importance you place on yourself. Self-worth is, I love myself. It's self-respect, self-love. The love is within you. The level, the value you place on yourself. That is self-worth. But the pride, you see some people, they don't have anything, yet they are proud. Is that self-worth? No. But because you have, doesn't mean you have to look down on people. So at certain time, people tend to mix the self-worth and self-esteem together. But a different thing. Self-esteem can be, manipulated from outside. That is when you start listening to what people have to say about you.
Before you can move on.
You can move on. When you we need people to validate you. They tell you are not good, then you believe you can do it better. When they tell you you are worthless, and you believe in yourself that you are worthless, then you tend to lose your self-esteem. And once you lose it, it will lead to depression. And that is, you will not
it will
feel
lead to depression.
You will not feel good about yourself, even in the midst of circumstances.
What damage can depression cause in a woman's life? Because by the time we start losing our self-worth, it leads to depression. So what extent can depression go in us, the damage?
There is, when you...
Because I've seen women committing suicide.
Yes, that's why. When you have this self-worth in you, I just said it's love. Importance you give to yourself that, oh, I love myself. I pat myself at the back that I am doing well. Even when people are saying I am slow in destiny. But I still tell them I am
You
a
think
walk
sometimes that's me patting myself, will it not get to a stage I start losing it? Because
No.
peradventure I tried myself, oh, I'm good at this, I continue patting myself, but I realize I'm not progressing. Things are injuring me.
You
Won't it
will.
lead to depression?
You will. When you pat yourself at the back, that is, you list your achievements. Those ones you have targets. If you are not able to, you set target for yourself. Like I've set targets for myself. At times I might not meet it. But I still pat myself at the back that I am doing well.
But
and
not,
I
it's not
work
everybody
towards...
that has that mentality that I should pat myself. They just feel,
Take
oh, I'm a
self-care.
failure.
When last did you take yourself to restaurant and eat?
That's it.
That I do that. When I take my salary, I just walk into Mosun. Many of times I buy might even be a cup of ice cream, and I scoop it, and I will say, oh yeah, I'm doing well.
Good.
I'm good. I don't have to wait for someone to take me to Mosun before I know I need to treat myself. So it's the level of happiness in you, because once you have the self-worth, the oxytocin that is in charge of happiness tends to increase. And once it increases, it will radiate all over you. You start looking beautiful. You will not look your age. Women are resilient and strength. In the midst of adversity, we rise. We break barriers. You see them, some of them, by the time they have one business done, they might not even break even, but they keep pushing till they will master it. Okay. So you don't have to give in to side thought. Once you do that, that means you don't appreciate yourself. You don't appreciate your life. You don't give value. You believe you are nobody, you are nothing, you are useless. And it comes from the self-esteem It comes from what people have been telling you. You know you can amount to nothing. Even when that negative thought comes, you tell yourself by the possibility that, no, I am a woman.
But is there any challenge that a particular person is going through that someone else has not gone through it before?
No, there is nothing new under the sun. All you just need to do is look out for people that have gone through those challenges. And that is why I advise women to join the positive group. We have them. In that group, you learn a lot. In fact, those things you think you are the only one going through that, you see that there are a lot of people going through that same problem. But because we apply makeup, and we
trying to deceive
ourselves that, no, I don't have this problem. By the time you move closer, you appreciate yourself. Oh, I think I am not doing well, but I am doing well. Okay. And that's why we have those groups that we can join.
Okay. But now I want you to, is it good to tell people, to share people, tell people about one's problem? Because I think, like you just said, joining a positive group. By there, I think somebody has to discuss what he or she is going through. So don't you think sharing of one's problem is a way to solve it? Because most women will hide our feelings, will hide what we're going through.
You don't have to hide what you're going through. When you don't speak out, that's why we encourage people to speak out. When you don't speak, I am not saying you go to the market and start telling everything. No, okay. But there are a lot of people, there are role models. And that's the position of mentoring and role models. Okay. Who are your role models? So when you have a good role model, you should be able to discuss, share your view with them, because they are full of experience. If they can't assist you, they know somebody who can assist you. And by the time you talk, at times when you feel depressed, when you talk about it, you are less burdened. At least you feel okay that I've said it. But that's why you need a mentor. Every woman needs a mentor.
Okay. So now, what are those? Is there any limits to where I can get to in life, like career-wise?
No.
Okay.
If I tell you the story of my life, after the age of 50, I decided to leave my non-teaching.
Are you above 50?
Yeah, I'll be 53 to the grace of God. But I don't look it. It's because of the self-worth in me. I don't look it. I tend to take good care of myself. When I need to diet, I need to diet. Wow. When I need to wash my tummy, I need to wash my tummy.
Just look like 30-year babe.
That is who I am. Because that is who I am. I don't have to tell, I don't wait for people to tell me that this is it. Because this is my self-worth. So, if I now decided I reached the peak of my career. The job satisfaction is there, but that is not who I am. I believed I was not functioning in the original position God has. That is, I love talking. Yeah, I love talking. And when I get to class, I dance. For 5 minutes, we dance, we gist, then we go ahead. So I decided to cross. And now I'm a work in progress. I've just started my PhD, even at 53. Wow. And where did I see that? Our Pastor Funke Felix, after being a grammar, she went back to school, enrolled to become a PhD holder. So if she can do it after being a grammar, why can't I do it? I'm not a grammar yet.
So there's no limitation.
There is no limitation, because self-worth is about you. It's about you and about you fulfilling destiny. Okay. And you can fulfill destiny regardless of who you are, where you are presently. Because where you are presently will not determine where you'll be in future.
Thank you very much, Ma. Before we go, because we are running out of time, what do you have to tell women that are watching you outside there?
My fellow women, just want to let you know, you are unique. You are wonderful. You are outstanding. Many a times when you fail, believe it's just one of those things. In life, we fail. If there is no failure in life, we tend to equate ourselves with God. So when you fail, pat yourself at the back and go ahead, forge ahead. And when you wake up in the morning, look at the mirror and tell yourself, I'm wonderfully and fearfully created. I am beautiful. You don't have to wait for someone else to tell you are beautiful. But once you say that you are beautiful, it's within, it's in you. And that's what you carry along with you anywhere you go. So please discover yourself.
Thank you very much.
Don't give back to negative thought. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
It's really nice talking to you. And thank you, viewers at home, for being there. feel, or I believe you have learned one or two things from our guest in the studio today, Dr. Karimo, sorry, Mrs. Kemi Karimo.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's Dr. Toby. Yeah.
Wow.
So thank you.
Thank you very much for coming, and thank you guests for being there. Viewers for being there. Also, come your way again on the same program next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.